Hello, Tasha.
Hey, Carm. How
How
are
are you?
you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's Saturday and it's time for another episode of Living Single with Carm.
And Tasha.
You're a little late this week. That's the problem. We are two besties, bi-coastal besties. I'm Carmelita and I live in Florida, on the Tampa side of Florida. And
I'm in Las Vegas and Sim City, where you do the most.
she does the most sometimes. We're besties. I used to live in Vegas, so we've been together. We've been besties for about 10 years or so and hanging out, raising kids, doing our thing. And we're very independent, living our own, we go running our own households, financially okay, doing that. But it's just that we found that we were still alone and it's time, I determined that I got my shit together now. So I'm ready to find that mate, that
Mate,
partner. And so we are living single. And so we're we're gonna show you
interesting
what
about
life living single is like in the what is this 2023.
this is 2023. Whew. Let me tell you, we're going to talk about all this stuff. Where we are now is what it's about today.
So today is about where we are now. We have if you want to go backwards, we went through we first started out figuring out that who we are, what we wanted. We went through this whole process, 5 episodes worth. So you might want to check it out of who we are. We did the love languages. We know I'm physical touch. And Tasha's when you
Quality time.
quality time.
He's
So we
what's
know what our love languages are. We ready. We went through setting our intentions and really going through the process and trying to do the work. And we're doing the work. We're doing the work now. So we're about 6 weeks in, and we're gonna kind of give an update of where we are now in our journey.
it's
Um,
exciting.
who wants to go first?
Well, let me start. 6 weeks in, let me tell you about a Friday night. We were sitting home when we should have been out on the prowl or at least talking to a potential or been on a date with a potential.
we,
And
we won't
instead,
even go
we're
there.
on the phone with each other. Hey, let's talk
Mhm.
about what we're going to talk about tomorrow. No, no, no. That is
We
not what
beautiful,
we're doing 6 weeks
girl.
in.
And then we talked about what 2 hours, and you know what I
Yeah.
did? I was waiting on potential to call me back, and I didn't get a phone call back. But that's another subject. We'll talk
But
about that
look,
another.
no, I was texting, going back, well, not even text, well, yeah, like messaging back and forth with potential that this one, but I'm only 3 days in with this one, so I don't know
Okay,
yet.
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
it's
where we are now,
not. I'm not sure.
the funny thing is, our fifth episode of the whole "What do we want" and setting our intentions and trying to find that mate was we were summarizing, and we decided well, we set our intentions, wrote it down, and I went for it, and it was like bam. I'm like, shoot, I must be in creative mode. Potential hit me like a socket.
Creative
Boom.
mode. Bam.
I was on the prowl too, and I'm actually doing. And in this, with this potential, I went backwards. I've had to find. I didn't realize this today that I actually sent the first message, which is unlike me. I
Hmm.
was scanning one day and I sent the first message. I said,
Oh,
and I didn't even do a message. I
that's
just liked
that's
the
one of
profile.
the things you said you would do. You would try to
Yes.
do.
And I actually just liked the profile. I didn't even say anything. And he responded, hey, Miss Lady, whatever. And we kind of we did a 1, 2 day, not even a 1 or 2 thing kind of thing. And then I sent my message, my phone number first. I said, hey, I'm not on there very often, which I'm not. I'm not one of them people. I don't have notifications and I might remember to check. But no, no, no. I'm trying to get better at that. But anyway, so I said, hey, send me this is my number if you want to chat and find out if we vibe. Boom. Of course he called me. So we vibed immediately. Or not really, we kind of went back and forth that first conversation. Then we done moved on up to some FaceTime conversation, long hours and hours and hours FaceTime conversation. So we're getting to know each other, like that. So we're gonna see. But
We're
what's going on with you and your potential? You only had 3 days, so that's
only
short.
talking 3 days. He's a little bit different than what I typically date. He and I are eye level,
Oh, that's your change.
I'm used to
Please.
tall,
Now
tall.
I got the height in
He's
mind. So.
he's about based off everything. I think he's 5'5".
Well, you only 5'3", so he's worth of 2 inch
No,
you.
no, I'm 5'4".
You wear some 2-inch heels. You wear some kitty heels.
Look, I'm okay because I'm a flip flop girl. I won't need no heels. Anyways,
Oh, see now you ain't shaming yourself. If he watches this, you're gonna be
look
you
at
know
him
you making
talking
fun of
about,
me.
don't talk about him on here. He said that's
Okay.
okay. So he is being
Yeah,
pre
I got permission too from Mr. Potential. He even
he
gave me some
has been
tips.
pre-warned. He's like, he's good with it. But he's 38, so he's a few years younger than me.
And you know, that's not cougar level, but cougar level gotta be
And
10.
he's a Hispanic guy. So I am,
Oh, that's in your box.
that is in my box. And
Yeah. It's okay to get some of the things. I mean, because we said we willing to
but he's not that.
compromise and
And then,
things.
but then today he tells me, he's like, I'm like a dork, a nerd. And I'm like, well, maybe opposites attract. I said, I'm crazy as hell. I'm goofy. Like, look, you see my reels. So
Y'all, this girl,
I'm over
y'all
the
need to
top.
follow Tanana's world on
No,
Facebook.
Tasha's world. I mean, you don't know
She a
what I'm gonna
mess.
do, but that's me. I'm just crazy of myself, and that's what I want somebody to accept me for, though. You got to be able to accept me because look, you're gonna get somebody that is serious, goofy, flip the hell out, bitch mode. Like you don't know what
Yeah,
to do from me.
yeah.
My attitude
Wait a
got
minute. You ain't
nothing.
got to
You will
tell
have
me.
to say,
No,
be my
no.
best friend. Be my
Thank you.
best friend. You will have to say my attitude is based off how I'm treated, and or
Just tell
how
him to
my
call
day's
me.
going.
Just tell him to call me. I can tell him how you go from 0 to 100 in 3.1 seconds. So hey,
Hey,
no kidding. But
it's
you know,
crazy.
it's been good. I mean, I have not just dropped all because last week I kind of talked about Mr. Potential and I was kind of excited. And then we had ended up having we had talked at like 4 in the morning, our first virtual date and all that, and I was good. And then
Right.
we've got a regular repertoire going on, and I'm kind of liking this Mr. Potential. So because
Yeah.
we then went into some deep conversations and we've kind of revealed some stuff because he and I actually come from similar backgrounds. Our last relationships, we were the victims or what. I'm not saying that because my ex-husband would be like, yeah, right. But we were the ones that got cheated on or treated wrong or whatever. So we come from that, and he's called himself being this deep, and all that kind of thing. So he's kind of getting me, and he's playing with my mind and all that. So it's all that well and good. But some of the things we need to work on. So, I'm kind of like, okay, so it may be me. So you have to tell me if it's me. So I'm gonna give you the scenario. The
Okay.
scenario is we've been doing this, conversations, texting in the morning, good morning, sunshine, and chit chatting maybe through the day. And we've had the several long hours, like yesterday, for instance, I was at work. And because I the kind of job I have in the office, the work I do, I was able to talk to him from like 11 o'clock in the 12 o'clock, whatever. I had no meetings till about 4 or 5 o'clock in the day. As I was going home from work, we still videoing. So then he says, we were kind of talking about getting together, and I was like, eh. So then he calls me later, and then he says, look, he'd been fishing all day or whatever, fishing, he did all day. And then he says, I'll call you back because we chit chat. He says, I'm going to take a shower and shave, whatever, and call you back. Ask me if I got to call back. But so I mean, okay, so I'm okay with that, kind of, because then it is morning. Because see, so I'm a physical touch person. So I've made it clear to you that I'm interested in you because I have tried also said that some of the things that I'm not going to do is not express whether I'm interested or not because I had to miss nonchalant. I'm gonna give kind of I don't care. You can call me if you want to kind of attitude. So I'm not doing that. I'm calling you. I'm responding as soon as you text. I'm calling you sometimes and all that.
Right.
I'm just seeing how it goes, and the consistency is not there on his part.
Right.
So do I don't care. I ain't got time. Carmelita gonna show up again and say,
So
you ain't
here's
calling me, so I ain't calling you.
do you
Because I get you can call me anytime you want. So then I call you, you don't answer, and you don't call me back till you feel like calling me back. But is it premature? So I'm kind of going, I'm weaving in and out, weaving in and out.
so here's my question. Do you reply to him fairly quickly when
Every time.
so back off? And
You don't want me. But see, I don't have a middle ground with backing off, and you know me. I'm fight or flight.
but you got to try to learn to just back off for just a little bit.
Oh, I'm backing. Don't worry. But see, my thing is, I get focused on something else, and I be gone. Okay. And I don't want to do
And
that.
here's the
Wait a
thing.
minute. Wait, I don't want to do that because it just may be him. Because okay, because we have had conversations here about the word from the man viewpoint too.
Do you feel
So
like
do
you're
I?
doing something that, yeah, so his viewpoint, do you agree with what his viewpoint is or what he says when he
Well, we didn't get a chance to fit. I'm waiting to hear the rest of his viewpoint because I'm trying to give him the benefit of that because I do like it. And I don't want to let potential go just for little nuances. Because when you first get to know each other, these nuances kind of stack up on top of each other. And this is
just
kind
don't
of
put all
setting up.
your eggs in one basket?
Oh, no, 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 I'm not doing that yet. No, 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 girl. No. I'm still on the
Okay.
prowl because I got
Well,
to be.
good deal. Yes.
Because I don't want that potential. Because you know how where I am. I want to see you immediately kind of person. Where if
You
I'm
know, a few
talking to you,
episodes back, and I've been thinking about what you said a few episodes back. You said, if I'm sleeping with you and I'm having sex with you, you're my boyfriend. And that's
yeah.
what I've been thinking about that. Because in the past, been intimate with people that wasn't my boyfriend, but I was their friend with benefit.
No kidding.
So look, from moving forward, I'm gonna tell them all. If we're gonna be intimate, you're my boyfriend.
I
And you
made that clear already.
So you cannot be talking, and you better get off all them damn dating sites. If the moment that I start being intimate with you, I shouldn't have to worry about all
But
them.
you know what? He came up with the wait a minute. We had this conversation, him and I, and he flipped that shit on me though. Because
Okay,
he was
so
like, look, if I'm doing that with you, if I'm gonna have sex with you, and we talking adult now, we're gonna go all the way there. We're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it raw and real, because that's the way we want it. Then he says, as a man, if I'm gonna do that, then I'm gonna want to know that you're not gonna break my heart.
this where he flipped it, huh?
He
So,
said, because I really think, I
so
don't know if
you
he's,
flip it back. How do we not know that you're not going to break our heart? But comes the time that now it's time that maybe we both need to just hit that delete button on them damn dating sites once and for all. Because you know what? I think, you know what? Honestly, I sometimes think it's my fault too, because I'm big for, oh, hell, I ain't talked to them because I didn't pick the phone up and I didn't text them back, right? Or I didn't do this or whatever. We ain't communicated. So what do? I go right back on that dating site. I'm checking out what people are doing and I'm going back to talking. No, like I'm just as guilty as they are on that.
well,
And
so
so,
am I. And
oh,
I
that's
have
the
that,
problem
but
though, is because we had back years ago when you used to go out into the dating world and you had to go out and meet someone, it was different because when you met them, you were done. You wasn't about to go and invest this time. Now it's a click of the button on your phone, your computer, whatever. It's faster to see. Oh, you got a whole list of people you can talk to.
well, but
And
see, no. But I think that I liked it. See, I'm old school, so I liked it when you saw somebody, you met eyes, so you had that physical
I miss that.
attraction immediately. Ah,
I miss
damn,
that
you
old
had to go through
school.
this drama because I'm not. Once again, and we've had this conversation, and I don't want to get off no tangent, but you know how I am. I don't want to be sitting there chit chatting. My time is precious, and maybe because I have a 60-hour-a-week job, and I'm building a business, and I'm still trying to segment time for personal life. That is friends, social life, family, and this intimate person. So that this time that this intimate person has with me, or I'm going to use to invest in, I don't want to be investing in time, and I don't. It ain't nothing coming of it because we ain't even seen each other physically. So I want to, boom, I want to, if I know you like you. So there we are, me and Mr. Potential, we had an impasse because for some reason he's kind of blocking that physical meeting. Now, FaceTiming all day. He's FaceTiming and his wife beater, looking crazy, on the fishing prank, looking nice. I'm at work. He's at home. We laying in the bed. We done it. This morning, we FaceTime while I put my makeup on. So, really, when are we going to physically see each other? And so that's our impasse. Our impasse. So where we are now, I am I am deep into a potential. I have not given up the others, but I haven't made no contact either. I haven't shut my page down, but I ain't really, here and there, I ain't made no time. Somebody, and I ain't really had nothing else that's been potential either. So I ain't had no real good potential come at me, which is, typical anyway, because it takes a while. And so I know how this is rare, what he and I have between us each other. And I don't know if it's him backing off because he's afraid, because I think he really likes me. So, we'll see. So we're going to see where we are. We're going to see if this continues.
That's cool. I'm gonna see if my potential continues too. I don't know. We'll see next week. By next week, I should have a date.
So what if we don't have a date? He's going to be no longer potential.
No, he will no longer be potential. Either we
Well,
don't have a date or
by
he.
next week, Mr. Potential, and you know who you are because I know you're going to watch. If we have physically not met in the flesh, if I can't feel you, because physical touch is my number one thing,
And
I'm gonna be
quality
back on
time
the
is
prowl. And
fine.
see, and the thing is, I don't know. He doesn't know how to take me either, because I'm crazy. I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. And I go off on those tangents about spirituality and God ain't this, and or then I go into I'm kind of this, and then he says I'm too smart. Oh, he gave me a whole list of shit today. Said I was
Oh,
too smart. He says I listen. He says I'm a good multitasker, and I'm able to hone in on back on each one of them, be very good. But I listen because I listen very well, and I don't forget nothing. He says that I'm good people, but I'm too smart.
mm.
And so what that mean? I said, what that mean? He said, because you are one of those people that are you just truly, you everything just has you got your life together, and your stuff is right. You're a success outside the world. Blah, blah, I need some money for some bills, but
Right. That's why
that's a
you
joke.
look like you do.
But
Right. That's what you
I'm living my life, and I've got my shit taken care of. He says, but I don't. He says I'm empty. He said you're empty because you don't have. I said, well, okay.
supposed to mean.
Well, because I don't have that, because I'm a person that needs, because I have a soul, that I need that connection, that, and then that's where I'm missing. And all that on the outside, I'm looking good, but on the inside, I'm missing that soul connection. And he's right. He honed in on me right quick.
That, that,
I said, you are
that makes
absolutely right.
sense. I feel that
You're
myself.
absolutely right.
I
And
mean,
he said that
when
my
you feel it
problem
like that,
is,
that makes that's pretty deep because I feel that.
yeah, I know. That's what he said. And I was like, you are absolutely right. Then he says, well, and the reason why, you're good at showing somebody you're interested, but what you do is you give it to them point blank and simple, and you just say, okay, this is the way it is, and you're interested, and you don't stroke. A man needs their ego stroked, so you need to tell them in a way that their ego is stroked. And my reaction to when he said that ego stuff was like, "Hmm." And I guess he didn't like it. So we cut the fun conversation short, and I ain't heard from him. So let's see what happens. Ugh.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean? You don't stroke my ego.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't stroke the ego.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Okay.
so
Fine. Fine.
here we go with another episode of Carm Tasha. We done
Stroke
went
that
all
ego
out.
of theirs. Whew.
So
Okay.
we have actually got some guests coming on. Hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, we'll let you know. Check our comments, and we'll let you know when the guests are coming on. But we want to so we are now done with we're in that, what are we on now? And so here we are.
Here we are.
I'm excited about it. I really am, because I'm like, oh, I do like him. So I don't know if I should like him, or should I like him, or go, or just say, because it's going to take some effort, because this is where you got the two people trying to get to know each other. And just these little adjustments either way can make or break it. I can give a little and stroke the ego, which I know how, but I don't know if you work me stroking the ego, because I ain't seen your ass. And there you go. So why am I gonna stroke you over the phone? I ain't all all that. I'm
Oh.
old. I need to see you.
Look, that's the problem though with them. That's like they need their ego stroked. I mean, like
And
really?
so do I. Stroke
Like,
me, baby.
right? What are you doing for us? Come on now. Like,
It's a reciprocal stroking. And maybe because I ain't stroking your ego because I'm not feeling like I'm getting my ego stroked. And
right.
that means what I'm told, here we go. His love language is quality time. Mine is physical touch. Now I'm giving you the quality time because he's satisfied with video on things, trying talking, because that's quality time because I'm devoting hours to your ass. But then mine is physical touch. I'm not getting mine met, so potential. We'll see. Plus, I know I ain't. See, and this is where old Carmelita comes back because I can go. Here we go. But I have to say this: I'm not stupid either. I realize when you decide you're ready to find something, all kind of shit comes your way. So if you're a potential and you got three potentials, so you're gonna spend a little with this one, a little with this one, a little with this one. I ain't mad at you, but I ain't gonna be in that jungle but so long till you got to say this, because I understand you got your time, you can do what you want to do. And if that's what you need to do to figure out who you got to do, because see, think long, think wrong, brother.
Because
Think long,
sometimes
think wrong.
they just they're
Yeah,
trying to
what?
weigh it out.
I, I'm done. Like I
Like,
said,
how I caught what you said earlier too, and I was thinking when you were talking earlier about how you said, good morning, sunshine and stuff. Don't you love how they call us those things though? Because like I get called, all the time. Good morning, sunshine. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, babe. Good morning. Those are all to me generic names because
hello.
they have so many names that they can't keep up. So
See, and then wait a
everybody
minute.
is good morning, sunshine.
Wait a minute. No, no, no. I got a cure. No, but I got a cure for that. I say good morning, blah blah. Good morning, blah blah, because I know first and last
Well,
name. And
I
then he's
say
gonna.
they
Well,
hey,
then I get why you call me by my government name. That's I just want to not know that I'm acknowledging you. Your
right.
name is
I'm
blah blah.
acknowledging who you are. I will say your name and everything, but it's always got to be because when they say good morning, sunshine, good morning, babe, I literally will say good morning, blah blah blah.
But
Good morning, blah,
and like I said, I know Mr. Potential. I know what Mr. Potential do. See, I'm smart. He says I'm too smart. That's his problem. He says because I already know. I got you. He's got you juggling.
the ones that it's a cowards.
Well, no, no, no. He's actually just juggling,
No,
trying to
I'm
figure out which
saying
is his,
I'm talking about
which
the
is
ones
the.
that are cowards. I'm just saying, out
Oh
there,
yeah.
the ones that are cowards and they go about the
What do you mean by coward? Define that for the audience.
So a coward to me is those catfish and those stalkers that they go to the extremes that they do, that they will have multiple profiles and stuff like that and continue to
Oh,
mess with you. And they will send you messages and da 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 da, and you start to pick up the pieces of who's who. And it's just insanity that they've got that much time on their hands instead of investing in really trying to get to know you. They try to find that like they live in fantasy worlds or something. I don't know how they do.
well, I don't know. I
But
see.
yeah,
I
those
don't.
out
But
there
see,
that
I
make it
don't.
work for us.
Like I said, I really haven't had to deal with that mainly because
Yeah,
I don't talk to people. Like I get you one and done. Let's go. And if we ain't got time to see me, you ain't got time to do that with
and
me.
this
That's fine too.
person, like say in some instances, there's some that you potentially have met and know, and then it just didn't work out, but they just couldn't let go, and they start to stalk you in a sense, and they start doing it on the catfish levels. It's crazy.
Well,
So you got to watch the stalkers. They
see,
start to.
that's why it's best to get in. And one of the things we haven't been doing, you or I, we haven't been saying we're going to get out and go out and do some stuff. I have not been down to that cigar cave because remember last week, couple weeks ago, we were talking. I said I was going to get out because this online shit, you meeting these people that got problems. I want to see you straight up. You got problems, right? I can look in your eye. I want to look at them in the eye, and not on a video chat either. Damn it, in
Right.
person. I gotta and see, and this is where people I like to see your aura. Your presence matters a lot, your vibe, and you can't get a vibe necessarily if you laid up and about, I want to see what your presence are in public, how you treat people in public. That's important to me because if
Yeah.
we sitting down and you gonna curse out the waiter because of whatever, because or you gonna don't know how to act in public, that's part of my
Or
attraction.
how about this? How about have you ever been on a date where where they
You come on with it. I haven't been on a date like that. Because I don't what are you talking about, Tasha?
Where they put their bottle of alcohol in a backpack, in their cup and all.
No, I don't do them kind. So you know I got standards.
No, when you meet him, you think, oh, this man's handsome. He's got his shit together and everything. When you get to the place that you're going, now he's gonna pick you up and everything, and you're like, oh yeah. And then you get to the place that you're going, and he grabs a backpack, and you're like, what's that about? You know, you don't know what's going on with
Well, I
this.
mean, where are you going? Like a restaurant or somewhere?
We was going downtown, okay? Girl goes into the casino and he starts playing the penny machines.
Well, see, I don't date me and then I no penny. You play pennies, I ain't got time because you know you broke.
I
So
didn't
you
know he
gambling
was
a penny.
employed till we got there. This was the date. Wait a minute. So he takes me in, and I don't know what we're about to do. And all of a sudden, he starts putting like he's playing the penny machine, and he breaks out that bottle of alcohol, Jameson to be exact, and starts pouring it over into a cup, and says,
Oh, no.
he's like,
That's
"Do you
when I would
want
have.
one?"
Guess what? Guess what? I would have been. I'd be right back, and I would have been Ubered. I would have been out the next door, and I would have
I
called
was
me an
gone.
Uber. I would have. That's what I'm saying. I would have been Ubered home. He would have been looking for me. But that's why I don't go out for dates when you pick me up. You don't pick me up. I meet everybody. I go out for a date. I mean, you got to be long time. I got to know you for a long time. So you, no,
No, no,
I
he
got
didn't
that.
pick me up at my house. No, no,
Oh,
no. We met up, but then we left and went to another place,
oh,
and
okay.
then that's
Well,
what it was.
oh
Yes.
no, no, no. That would have been the end of that date. Oh, I've had some dates like that, especially in Vegas. You got some freaking fools out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I couldn't help it. It just made when I started laughing.
That's
I never
why
had
it's
been on
sad.
a
You
date
got to
like
make it.
that. I had never had
And
somebody
you know
like
what?
that. And when
Oh
he
my
did that,
God. The
you wouldn't
exact
have looked
thing.
at him and it wouldn't have thought that this man was gonna do this.
Well, you know. So that's what we get when we do this. This is what dating is like in the 2023. You hear her story, you hear my story. I'm actually trying to make this work. So I'm by talking to you and running this episode, I'm thinking some things. One of the things is maybe because I see myself on my camera going, well, because that's me. I'm a and he didn't he tell me that he said you are cut. You tell you what you gotta say, and then maybe he said it wrong when he said stroking the eagle. So here I gotta go. I gotta backtrack because I may be because I'm kind of how I am. So I'm gonna maybe backtrack and think that and maybe I do not necessarily stroke his ego. Maybe that was the wrong words he used because expressing himself. Maybe he just said maybe I need to soften my approach. What if I say to
You do
what
have
if
a hard
okay
approach, Bestie. You
I,
do. You do have that hard approach, and I do think that you need to soften up sometimes. I think you're a little hardcore, so you're just
I
gonna be
am.
real for me.
So okay, how
And
about
that's
this?
what you
So
respect and love about me is I'm gonna tell you the damn truth.
well
And
that's true.
he's
And
he is right on that part. You are a little
and so maybe I shall do this. I shall do this, and I'm thinking this through right now. And if I do it, I got to live in the moment because we talked about courage, and we had a conversation about courage and vulnerability and willing to put yourself out there because you're afraid because you don't want to get rejected. He and I had that conversation, so we've had some good conversations, like I said. So maybe I need to take a softer approach because I'm letting my first because I took a relationship seminar with Tony Robbins, and one of the things Tony Robbins said is when someone makes you irritated or frustrated, it's either a call for help or it's either you're looking for a call for help or you want something and you don't know how to express it. So what I want to is I want to see you, but I'm not instead of saying, you got to come see me, maybe his thing is he wants to be wanted, not ego necessarily. He wants to be wanted. So as a woman, I'm gonna have to say, hey, you know what? I really want to see you. Why don't you come over and we can do this and this, or I'll
right.
do
And
this
that's
and
my problem. I'm bad about that. I don't do it either. And I've got to learn
lost,
to say
see,
that.
I've lost my swag. I used to be able to do that. That's
Yeah,
how I
me
got
too.
husband.
I used to
That's
do
how I
that
got
one.
husband one, husband two, and all in between. Because I had that perfected. But I've kind of gotten because of my life in the last few years, post divorce, post relocation, post job issues and things like that. And now that I've flipped that around and I did it all by myself, I don't want, I'm maybe the one with the ego saying, I done this all by myself, so I don't need you. So you gotta want me like boom, like this. And I'm such a prize that because I said it, you should be happy that I said I just want you. So I've got to flip all of this around, rethink this. Okay, audience, I'm coming back next week with it. Well, so I'm gonna let you know what I'm gonna do. So we don't want to draw this out. We do
I
thank
think
you.
I think y'all need to start commenting and give us y'all's input.
I need some tips on this one because, and I don't know if Mr. Potential may even
Come
I
on,
know
we
he's
need
gonna
you to
see it
start commenting
because
and get with us.
Mr. Potential is
What
so
can we do? Help us, give us some tips. What can we do to change? Help us, guys. Y'all got to start giving us some tips. What are
okay.
y'all looking for?
Okay, so so we know where we are now. We're still in a quandrum. I see. I'm in a quandrum. I'm out there trying to get back into and feelings and letting feelings show is not normal for me. So this is a new thing. So I got to get back into it. So I'm actually gonna get off here, make a text message that's gonna be soft.
Oh,
That's gonna maybe
oh, yeah.
he's gonna think it's gonna stroke his ego, but I'm just actually gonna be accommodating because I do want to see him. Shit, it's Saturday. I want I want to hang out and have a drink and who knows what else. Otherwise, if it doesn't work out, I'll be back on the prowl. So let
On
me
the
let y'all
prowl,
know.
yeah.
Regardless
We
of this
need to
potential.
make a song. On the prowl, baby. Yeah.
Oh no, that's too slow. Do we need Missy Elliott kind of
Come on.
anyway, thank you for joining us. Watch us next week. Like, comment, share. Oh well. See you later, Tasha.
Bye.
I will talk to you later. And
Bye.
goodbye.